Hey guys, Charlie here. Just want to express a very, very sincere thank you for helping Airplane Academy reach 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. I got a new silver play button over there on the wall, and I'm not making this video to brag about anything. In fact, it's the opposite. I actually have some funny memories that I kind of want to make fun of myself about that I think you might appreciate, but wanted to do a couple things in this video. One, just really express my sincere thank you. And then at the end, I have a couple really important announcements that I think you're really gonna appreciate, some new things I'm launching, things that could maybe be helpful, and some updates for kind of where the brand is going from here. The channel has come a long way. Like when I first started, which is almost 5 years ago, or it's about 5 years ago right now as of this filming. And I was just like throwing up whatever. I was taking GoPro videos, like I had just gone to Idaho and I thought, well, hey, we happen to film that approach. Let's just put it on YouTube and see if anybody watches, and nobody watched. And then I started making some videos with a video. I knew nothing about production, knew nothing about editing. And I hired a friend, Carly, shout out to you. And I said, can you just meet me at the airport and we'll just film like 2-minute videos. And so I tried to do this like 2-Minute Tuesday series. And I always started off by saying, hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Airplane Academy and 2-Minute Tuesday. Let's start that clock. And it was like 30 seconds before I even got into the content. It was supposed to be like a 2-minute section, but 30 seconds was my intro that wasn't actually talking about anything. But that's kind of how we started. It was sweating it out like that. And then I hired one of my best friends, Kevin. And I said, Kevin, can you just like let's just go fly and film together. So he flew with me and we filmed some stuff, and then he was at a co-working space and tried to like put some aviation, like put like a sectional chart and like a handheld radio or something on the desk. So it looked very, very forced. But we had to put something back there because it was like a really blank space. And I don't remember all the videos I made, but I remember specifically making one talking about cumulonimbus clouds because we'd written an article about that on airplaneacademy.com because this whole thing started as a blog. And I just remember totally freezing when he had like a main camera on me and then he was standing on a table having like another camera angle looking down on me. And I just thought there are two cameras pointed at me and like I just don't even know how to speak the English language anymore. And I was like, it's funny if you go watch that, I was so chill because inside I was just totally having a panic attack. And it's funny what happens once you turn the camera on, but those were my first views on YouTube. Was like nobody was watching any of the other stuff I made, but I was getting like a few views a day on this why are cumulonimbus clouds dangerous video. I guess because people were searching cumulonimbus clouds and I was coming up. And so people would ask me, how's the channel going? I'm like, I don't know. There's a bunch of people watching stuff about clouds, but nothing really more than that. And then I started kind of filming in my home setup and I bought a tripod for my phone, and then I bought a lav mic, but the room was super echoey and I was making videos in this room. Before I bought my very first airplane, I thought I had considered everything. It was crazy echoey, and then I would start to deaden the room by putting blankets over everything. I'll show some footage of what that looked like. And so I was just talking into a sea of blankets. And the room was still kind of echoey, but that helped a little bit. It was a really simple setup, but it was the best I could do at the time. And then eventually I moved out of the house and got an office, and I built a little filming setup there, which was really, really simple. And it was on a fold-out table. I didn't even have really a table. It was just a table that my camera was sitting on, and I put the same blue panels on the wall. But I remember putting that up, and just like I just had 2 shelves on the wall. But that was like the coolest thing for me because I had an office and I had a studio, even though my lights were really low quality. The light stand, the counterweight was just a bag, and the only thing I had to weigh it down was like a bag of screws and batteries. So I just had screws and batteries hanging out of this thing, and it was like so ghetto, but it helped me make more content. I thought it was so cool that I could just go into this studio, which was just like the entrance of my office, and film. Even the lights were bad. I look back and I'm like, it was way overexposed. Like my forehead was super shiny and everything. And then we moved across town and we had this bedroom here that I wanted to convert. And so my first goal was just like turn the wall, and like I just want to recreate the studio setup I had so like no one would really know the difference. And that's what I did. And then I got kind of tired of it and I thought I want to turn this into a workspace and a studio, and that's when I turned it into this. So through all of that, the production of all this has changed over the years. I used to have crappy GoPros on my plane, then I upgraded GoPros and then started flying around with Hunter, guy that does a lot of my videography for bigger shoots, like whether it's with the Kodiak or with Textron or TAC Aero and stuff. And he's gotten some really high quality stuff and some drone shots, and he'll fly in a chase plane and different things. And so like slowly, it is, I think, kind of upped the production value and stuff. I would say that, and I can honestly say this, I think my approach to Airplane Academy has remained the same all along. I think a big reason why I started the channel was not because I wanted to like become somebody or be some influencer. Like I don't even like that word. I don't even really like the word YouTuber, but I guess I'm a YouTuber. But like really my heart behind the channel has been like the more people I've met, you know, as I get older, and you tell someone you're a pilot or you own an airplane, and they're just like, oh my gosh, like you can do that? You can be a pilot and own your own airplane. You don't have to ask anybody to go somewhere, and you can just go. Like they can't register that. And so I've just felt more and more convicted, like in a good way, that, oh my gosh, like I want more people to know that if this is something you want to do, you're not crazy to want to do this, and you can do it. Like if I can do it, you can do it too. And so like my whole message around, here's all my, you know, airplane buying content, or here's all the mistakes I've made along the way, or here's my tips for people. Like it's not to try to be I'm not trying to be somebody. I'm just thinking like, okay, if you don't have anybody to encourage you in your life, or don't have that many people, then like I'll raise my hand and like hopefully I can encourage you in some way, because owning an airplane and being a pilot has completely changed my life. And I want people to know that if that's something you want to do, you absolutely can. And I'm just going to share everything I know about it, one video at a time, and I hope it helps. And so I'm just so blown away that the channel has reached 100,000 subscribers and then some. But I don't view any of you as numbers. I genuinely know that every person that's ever watched this channel or ever hit subscribe is a real human being. And my goal is like, I want to make content that helps you. And if I don't make content that helps you, then like nothing really else matters. Like nothing else will happen anyways. And so that's been my whole goal throughout. And I'm just so deeply grateful for all of you that have subscribed. And so where does the channel kind of go from here? Well, it's always an evolving thing. There are few things that concretely I know and I want to announce now. One is that I'm back to posting Monday mornings, usually at like 9 a.m. if I can schedule it. Sometimes it'll be a little bit later than that, but for a long time, and probably to a fault on my end, I published Monday mornings like without fail. And some of that I regret, because I would take family time on a Sunday or something, be like, I gotta film and edit a video, and I regret that. But now I have gotten into a better kind of workflow to where I don't work Sundays, I don't even work Saturdays, and I can publish Monday mornings and it still be a healthy thing for me. So now I'm publishing weekly again, so definitely be sure to tune in Monday mornings for my latest video. And then I've also launched a new resource lately called my Insiders newsletter. So I'm posting videos on Mondays, but then on Wednesdays, I'm sending out an email to my Insiders group that has a lesson that I've learned in aviation. So I try to think like, what have I done wrong? What have I screwed up? What have I learned? What's been helpful? Maybe what have I done right along the way? And I just try to come up with like an actionable lesson about here's what I've learned, here's how you can implement it, along with links to my latest content. Because even if you're subscribed, like there's no guarantee that the algorithm's gonna promote to you my latest content, but I put it in that Insiders newsletter just to make sure you didn't miss anything. And then I also share some behind the scenes content. And so if you'd like to join that newsletter, it's totally free. It's over at airplaneacademy.com/insiders. I'll also put it down in the description, so it's really easy. And speaking of behind the scenes content, one thing that I just recently shared with Insiders is that Airplane Academy is getting rebranded. This is something I've wanted to do for a long time. It's still going to be called Airplane Academy. I still really like that name. I don't view myself as like an academy of sorts, but I'm really just trying to share everything I know. So I still like the name, but the logo, I literally just grabbed off a template website 5 years ago when I started the blog. I was like, oh, it's cool. It's a tail dragger. I've got my tail wheel endorsement. Like I enjoy flying Cubs and whatever. And it was kind of retro throwback. And I was like, oh, let's go with it. I didn't even really think about it. Had no colors, black and white. But then, since it's a template available over on Creative Market, I love that site, creativemarket.com. They've got a lot of really good templates for anything kind of creative and design and whatever. But someone sent me an email a while back that AOPA was doing something. They had some initiative going on and they used that same template as like the logo for their initiative. And someone emailed me like, hey, AOPA is using your logo. And I was like, oh, no, they're not. I'm using theirs. Or like we're both using the same template. And so I just knew over the course of time, like I want something custom that's going to be mine. And like now I'm far enough into the channel that I want to be doing this for a long time. And so Airplane Academy, the old black and white logo, is now turning into the new Airplane Academy logo. And I'm so excited about this. And I know like art, everyone has a different opinion on art, so I'm not expecting everyone to like it, but it's really meaningful to me. I went through a whole process the designer I really, really like to really understand the point of the brand, the theme of the brand, what's kind of the message, I try to share here, one of excitement and encouragement and creativity and approachability and stuff like that. And so really loved kind of the orange direction. So I really liked orange. I like what the meaning of orange kind of stands for if you've ever looked into the psychology of colors. But I've always really been a fan of Breitling. Breitling watches, their gold and slate combo, like slate gray combo, I thought is just really beautiful. And so I always thought, man, if I could incorporate that somehow, that'd be really cool. So between the orange, the gold, and a slate color, I really loved the color scheme. And it also kind of looks like a sunrise or sunset, which is, my favorite time to fly. But as far as the design, I wanted something that kind of abstractly looked like an A, but also had some sort of aviation element. So I think it's a little abstract where you could decide for yourself what it means. To me, what it means is it looks like kind of the tail of an airplane, kind of looking at the vertical stabilizer and stuff if you're looking at it from the side. But then it also either looks like part of an A or even two A's kind of next to each other or whatnot. Again, it's a little abstract, but it's intentionally abstract. And I really wanted a logo that I could use as just an icon or an icon with the text. And so it's pretty flexible in the different ways that I can use it. And I just really, really like it. So not expecting everyone to love it, but this is going to be the new brand that's going to be rolled out on the website and everywhere else. And so just wanted to be able to convey like, why am I rebranding? What's it about and whatnot? I've got a lot of really ambitious plans for the brand. And in order to do that, I thought, man, it's going to be easier and better timing to like go through the rebranding process now than to do it later and have to update even more stuff later on. And so it's going to take me a little while to kind of roll this out across all the different ways the Airplane Academy exists out in the wild and stuff. But this is the new brand, and I haven't planned on doing like a merch run or anything. If that's something you're interested in, let me know in the comments, and that might be something I consider do a limited run of that or something like that. But this is the new brand I'm rolling out. I'm really, really excited. So Airplane Academy, I'm so pumped about it, and I'm so grateful to everyone that has subscribed to Airplane Academy. And there's a lot more coming in the future. There's a lot of I think pretty big projects that I'm working on that are going to take, some are going to take months, some are going to take years, but I'm spending an increasing amount of my time on this, and I'm so grateful to everyone that has been watching and been subscribing. It's an honor for me, and more than anything, I hope that it's been helpful for you.